talking autonomous and electrification, Honda just released their level 3 autonomous vehicle this week, and it's on the road now. But I still have the number one concerns, and the concerns that I have. I just met with people today that are talking, let's talk infrastructure. We're in one of the most powerful countries in the world, but yet their Wi-Fi capability in their house is horrible, and they have no options. There's no competitions. There's no options, and it's not like they're living in the middle of the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. They're in metropolitan Detroit area in Oakland County, and their Wi-Fi is horrible. And if you continue to look at the infrastructure and what we've talked about or what we've heard about in the last year is compiling. You've got Mississippi in the last month where their water's contaminated the same as what Flint was 2 years ago. And it's basically an infrastructure problem that is not being addressed, can't be addressed because we've built our infrastructure and we've never taken care of it. And it's back to the three little pigs theory again, where we build our stuff on straw and sticks instead of concrete. And there's no fixing it and there's no moving forward. You've got the water that's an issue. You go to electrification. The issues that we had in Texas with all of the weather that happened shut Texas down, and there's no electrification for 7 days. This is unrealistic, especially in this time and age. What are we going to do with electrification and with the continued brownouts in California? If Texas didn't prove that there's an issue in regards to the utility companies and electrification, how are we going to keep these cars powered and keep all of our electronics and houses cooled, our food cold, if a weather storm or a snowstorm comes across and cripples us? Which everyone's like, this has never happened before. It happens every 10 years in Texas. Every 10 years, it's a cycle. They get one snowstorm that cripples it, and then everyone says, we've never seen anything like this before. And this is what people use as an excuse not to address the infrastructure. They only want to talk about it when it happens. Again, in Michigan, we've got multiple problems. We've got dams falling apart. We lost lakes that devastated property values because the dams are falling apart. One dam fell apart and crippled the whole middle of the state of Michigan last summer, up up around the Midland and Bay City area. So what did our politicians do? They went back and did an investigation on the rest of the dams and realized that 90% of them are faulty. We had bridges fall down in the road. And what the politicians do, they go and investigate and realize one out of three bridges is capable of doing that. Our infrastructure is not in the place it's going to be. So, and we're focusing on creating a product, which is a car that's electrified. It's great. We got an electric car now. It's autonomous. It can drive us to where we want, but we've got it in the middle of a swamp that won't be functioning. We can't charge it and we can't operate it. So I seriously question. We have extremely intelligent people in the automotive industry pushing and moving us forward in autonomy and creating the product. But will the product be working well? And if this message isn't clear, let me make it clear. We sold 4K TVs to everyone in the United States, saying this is the next video. This will entrench the video and give you the best experience in video in your home. Majority of the homes in the U.S. can't withstand bringing 4K into the home. So we created a great product that is incapable of meeting its needs. That's the number one example. And I see that's where we're trending with autonomy and electrification. Keep pushing when we don't have an infrastructure to support it. And this is going to become an issue. Me, as V Cubed, I can't solve it. Realistically, we can point out and create and give you better foundations. We give you better software foundations with the tools. If you put the tools in place, you incorporate the tools and you use the tools. You just don't buy the tools and sit there and put them on a shelf and put a check in the box. But if you use the tools, create a quality product, create a quality software, your foundation's better and you're not going to have these issues as we migrate 10 years down the road, as what we're seeing in our physical infrastructures with the concrete, the dams, so everything along that lines.